Oh god, it's just loading.
There it is.
Welcome, nerds and nerdettes, to Nerd Overdrive, Phoenix Overdrive's official podcast. Whoa, that was trippy. That intro. I gotta hear it again. Hold on. Oh man, that was so good. That was so good. Oh, it feels so good to be back. I am your host and moderator, the maestro of the master race, Lee Navarro, and with me as always are our game gurus, the queen of the guild, Becky Rubin Navarro.
Hey guys, what's up?
El Capitan Rey Osorio.
What's up, guys? Rise above. So you have the full football announcer voice.
I had to. Oh, it's so good to be back. I'm so happy. Yeah. So anyway, wow, where the hell have we been? What have we been doing? Oh my God, I'm still married.
I know. How did we survive?
How did we survive all of this without the Becky? What happened? Oh my God. Anyway, so we're back. I know it's been a while. It kind of sucked. I did miss this. It was a weekly thing that I truly enjoyed, and life just got in the way. So sorry. But like I said, we're back, and we're gonna try to make sure that we are back on a more consistent basis. Going to try to do this as a weekly thing because we definitely want to be there for all the latest news in gaming and just talk about it because we have a passion for it, and we also have our passion for Extra Life. So we want to make sure we get the word out there about it. Excuse me, I'm trying to still remembering how to talk. God. Anyway, so we have returned after a long hiatus, and it feels so good to be back. For anyone who isn't familiar, who's just starting to watch the show now, who we are. We're basically just three best friends. Two of us happen to be married to each other, and it is not Ray or and I. That's not a thing. Don't ship it.
No.
Don't ship it because that's no. Ship me and Becky because that's that.
What makes you trying to use this newfangled?
I know, right? Like I've learned all of these newfangled words from like the kids. They've like come up to me and like said stuff to me and go, what the hell does that even mean? And I now have an immediate like link to Urban Dictionary on my phone, like right there on the home screen, just because I'm hearing all these things and go, what the hell is that? Anyway, but anyway, in all seriousness, we all met to due to an amazing fundraising opportunity to help Children's Miracle Network hospitals through something that we love and dearly are part of called Extra Life. So you'll hear a little bit more about it because we like to talk about that a lot. But for now, Ray, how the hell you been?
I'm alive still, as you guys can see.
Yes, you are alive, and we're podcasting.
We're podcasting. I had a baby, and I'm getting married again, and Yeah, it's lots happened.
Bro,
That tells you how long it's been since we've done this.
I have comments, but I won't share them via.
Oh goodness.
Ignore him. Just ignore him. He's a crotchety old man now. It's been a long while since we've done this.
I am far from
Wait,
crotchety.
can I change? How the heck? Okay.
What? Change what? What are you
Trying to figure out why it's posting me as Phoenix Overdrive. I don't want to be Phoenix Overdrive. I want to be me.
Don't
You are the Phoenix. Congratulations.
I am the Phoenix. That is very true. We're getting feedback in the chat, Lee.
We're getting feedback. What type of feedback? Where are we?
Saying that everything sounds echoey.
Everything sounds echoey. Hold on. I'm clearly trying to fix all of this because it's all new. One moment, please. How is that? Do I still sound like I'm in a concert hall? Yes, no, maybe so. Oh, you know what it is? I know what it is.
He did it again. Whoa.
There. Now that should do it.
He forgot to push to talk on.
No. My push to talk is working. See, this is why we don't do this live.
Well, I mean, we've been doing this live for I don't know how long. It's just so we're out of practice.
I know, we're just out of practice. All right, do I still sound echoey? Because I'll fix this right now while we're at it. Yes, no?
Oops, he did it again, Allie.
Yeah.
Oops, he did it again.
Yep.
Lee is Britney Spears. Congratulations, dear. Go shave your head.
Leave Britney alone! That's the thing too, right? That's what they call them, a meme, right? A meme.
Oh goodness. Lord help us all.
Okay, hold on. I'm still working.
What's that expression you use? Love a duck, Becky? Love a duck?
Lord love a duck.
Lord love a duck. There we go.
How does that sound? I've turned my gain down quite a bit.
Now we can't hear you at all because you got to hit a button.
Yeah, I know. How about this? How's this? How's that? How's that? How's that? I'm gonna be really loud right now. How's
Okay,
that?
that's fine. That's fine.
Yup. How's that?
Is that better, guys? Any better?
Is that better? Am I better?
Yes.
No, I will stay here and fix this audio until it's done. I'm not moving the show past this.
We'll pull the car over, seriously.
Alrighty. We're a couple minutes in and I'm already face palming. This is...
You wanted to do this. You said let's do this. No? Yes? I do hear myself.
You're oh good lord.
It's not any better, Lee, apparently. They're saying it's not better. It's terrible.
It's not better. It's not any better. I don't even know anymore. I don't know anymore.
No, not better.
No.
Karen says no. Stacy says no.
Here's the nasty echo.
Stacy there. Hi, Stacy. Hi, love.
Now there's a massive feedback.
Yep. And rip.
Rip podcast.
So do we have to do a reboot to the reboot of the reboot that ever rebooted?
No. It's just, you know.
It's just me having to fix
this. This is us.
We sound like we're underwater. Why are fish, Allie? I don't know. I really don't know.
Because they're needed. Okay, let's go with it. Lee's broke. So since Lee's broken, I'm assuming I sound good. I just unplugged my wireless charger because we've got too much technology around here. But yeah, we've had a fun past year. So Ray, obviously you've had a lot of changes going on.
And I can't hear Becky.
Well, I stopped talking, but I don't know what seems to be going on or what Lee's doing over there. So Ray, why don't you speak?
As far as life and everything, it's Ryan is enjoying it. Good. You're making the baby happy. The baby likes music and noise. So there you go, Lee. But yeah, so I don't even know if I want to talk if we're still echoing because everybody's like, this is not good. So I don't know what changed. I don't know what happened. Well, Lee's been doing all kinds of modifications to his stuff, so that in part could be part of where everything is coming from.
I blame Lee. I do. I blame Lee.
Lee, how do you get fired on your first day back on the job? How do you get fired the first day back on the job? Like, you had one job, is to make this sound good so that we can do this. Allie also blames Lee. So yes, the chat is in agreement. It's all Lee's fault. So yeah, a lot of life has happened. 3 kids became 4. Girlfriends, now the fiance. That's so fun to get used to saying. All that fun stuff. I still can't believe speaking, like, going off topic though, not off topic, but background. I still can't believe Lee's reaction. Lee's like, what? That was still the funniest reaction of everything. Maybe audio capture is capturing speakers. It's killing me. The laugh. They love your laugh, Becky. They love your laugh with the extra echo.
It's unique. That's for sure.
I kind of want to hear what it sounds like. Oh, there it is.
It sounds terra bad. I heard it while he was testing.
I just heard it again. It's probably something double capturing the audio. Oh, it's fixed. They said it's fixed. What'd you fix? Lee? What'd you do?
I don't know. Everybody, well, hold on.
Found it. Found a problem.
What was the problem?
The new capture card was capturing on 2 different ends.
Exactly what I just said. I was like, it's double capturing.
Double
capture. Okay, so let's redo the show. Forget all that happened. Rewind.
Rewind. All right, hold on.
All the way back to intro.
Welcome, nerds and nerdettes, to Nerd Overdrive, Phoenix Overdrive's official podcast. I am your host and moderator, the once fired and now rehired maestro of the master race, Lee Navarro. And with me, as always, are our game gurus, the queen of the guild who will love me forever because I'm her husband, Becky Rubin Navarro.
Hey guys, what's up?
Y el Capitan Rey Osorio.
What's up, guys? Rise above again.
All right, reboot to the reboot to the reboot. Yay, it's fixed. I fixed it. Ha ha ha. I still have my job.
I mean, I don't know. We'll have to talk about that. Becky, maybe give you a pink slip after this is over.
Come on. You tell me you're going to go after Matthew Keel on here as my replacement, because apparently I was rehearsing to be his replacement on Nerds Gone Rogue.
Matthew Keel has had his application for a long time. And between him, myself, and Ray, there was an episode that we ran.
Listen, you couldn't have done that without me telling somebody what to do with the.
I think
I was a part of that
at this point.
Boo. Anyway, all right. So now that we're back, Ray, go ahead and chat away.
Yeah, so to configure everything here, since we already kind of went down the list a little bit, but 3 kids became 4, girlfriends, now the fiance. I moved. That was the worst move ever, and I only moved right next door. So I don't know how that is a thing, but it's a thing apparently. been just kind of trying to keep myself going, and with the health issues and stuff, still more questions than answers and all that. I've seen like 6 more different specialists for different things and still not getting anything, but and other than that, just we had a great year last year with Extra Life. We didn't quite meet our goal that we set, but oh, the love that goes on behind the scenes, if you guys only knew. But we didn't meet our goal last year, but we did actually do very well for ourselves. We came really close. So with a little bit of hard work, some good luck, and a lot more support from you guys, I'm sure we can do it this year.
Well, we did set a pretty lofty goal, $5,000, because it was our 5th year, and I mean that was doubling what we had set it as a goal the prior year. It was a real stretch, that's for sure. But I'm proud of where we got.
Definitely, and then you guys yourselves have had a lot going on. Becky's a student again. She went from baseball coach to student in the matter of a year. What's up with that?
Well, you hit that point where you're like, okay, I'm an adult, unfortunately. Obviously, I'm really busy with work, but I hit a point where I realized that I really needed to go back to school, because as good as I am at my job, there's always room to improve. And there were certain areas that I was noticing that I could do better in. So instead of just like taking, a writing course or something to that effect, I decided to go from 0 to bachelor's. So I'm currently going back for my bachelor's in business administration with a concentration in marketing. And yeah, it's a ton of fun. I have to say that I am getting completely sucked into the courses in a good way. Not as in a, oh my God, I have no life, but it's definitely different when you're sitting there as an adult. You have kids, you're married, you have a full time job. You've got all of these different things going on, because I'm still active in the community, between Extra Life, between some of the other things that I started doing, such as New York State Women Inc. Still working, on the baseball stuff. But this year, I'm probably not going to be coaching, much to Cole's dismay. And yeah, pretty much having that ability to have Lee support me, because he had some pretty big changes this last year. Why don't you talk about yours, Lee?
I got a new job. No joke. I got a new job. I got away from the hospital. I now have a Monday to Friday. It's 8 to 5. I never have to work weekends and holidays. I'm so happy. And it's a desk job. I'm an IT specialist. I get to play with computers, and then I break podcasts. So just
Yeah, I wouldn't pass this around work, Lee. I wouldn't pass this to anybody you work with.
No, the funny thing is, like, I set up one of our sales manager. I set up a webinar for him using like the same stuff that we do for podcasting and everything. So, true story, the very first webinar that he did, everything just like went to hell.
Was that the one that I helped you
No,
test?
that was the second time around. What I actually did was I set up the webinar session at our conference room, and I had a direct line for like everything, whereas the first time that we did the first webinar, it was just in his office and it was just a cluster mess. And yeah, I was not pleased with it. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna like redo everything and start over from the ground up, as far as the location of the webinar, what we were going to throw in there, how much data was going to be pushed through via PowerPoint, because that was like the biggest thing. Is there was a ton of content the first time around, and the second time around I'm saying, okay, let's not make it so pretty. It doesn't have to be like that. Let's just make the slides naturally flow. And it worked out a heck of a lot better, especially that video. That was my biggest contention. The one that I had you watch, Ray. That was my biggest fear, was that video wasn't going to go through, but we had enough bandwidth where it was able to. So Anyway, yeah, so that's my big news. I got a new job and I love it. It was the best move for me. No joke. It was the best move ever. So, yeah, definitely happy about it.
And of course, for any of you watching live, as you can see the extra light coloration on Lee's hand, clearly that's a bandage. Because doing all of his heavy tech lifting and he's getting old, Lee injured himself very slightly.
Rip.
Yep. Yep. That was last weekend when I had to replace my triple monitor mounts because I decided, oh, you know what's better than one 4K monitor? Three. That's a good one. So I ended up having to get a new triple monitor mount. And guess who ended up with my triple monitor mount?
Me, but yeah.
Yeah, we saw that.
Different story.
And of course, Cole got all jealous of my new fan system on my rig. So he was like, I want that. I'm like, oh, fine. So we got him like upgrades on his rig too. So hey,
Which is why it looks like a rave behind Lee right now. There's two
Lee
that are dancing simultaneously.
It's like red and blue going up on each other here. But anyway. Wow. So anyway, so that's our life as it has, I guess, progressed the past year with missing out on podcasting. I mean, we did what? We did an episode in like August, I think.
Oh, that was supposed to be the reboot again, but that
something like that.
Rebooted the reboot that rebooted.
We had a ton of different attempts. We really did. No joke. We really attempted to come back on multiple weekends, but then things happened like new job, after school activities with the kids that not interfered, but like entered our weekend. Ray having a baby. Well, not Ray himself, Stacy having a baby, because if Ray had a baby, he'd have $1 million.
And we'd look a hell of a lot more professional than we do right now.
And then Becky ended up having her busy season at work. And then from her busy season came the holidays. And then the holidays brought on pneumonia for me for like 5 days.
Oh, yeah, that was fun too. I mean, get you out of a hospital environment and you get more sick than you have ever been the whole entire time that we've been together. I'm just saying that was a little much.
That was definitely great timing. That was great timing. What are you talking about?
Yeah. So anyway, that's been our life. That's been all of our lives. It's been insane. It's been special with a capital S. And we're back. So now you guys are stuck with us, hopefully, for quite a long time.
Yup, every week. It's probably going to be on Fridays, right? That we're going to do this more than Saturdays.
We'll see. I'm not making any promises of regularity as far as night. I'm just promising that there is most likely going to be a weekly episode, barring hurricanes and snowstorms and floods and whatever.
The hand of God.
But not your hand, clearly.
No, because my hand's broken.
Yeah.
You know what that ends up happening is now we're gonna have to like pay bills.
Yeah, maybe we should do that.
Well, speaking of, let's pay some bills. I wasn't ready for the ad music. That was like the last thing I forgot. Ad music. Oh my gosh. Anyway. This is me choking on my own spit. This is Nerd Overdrive, brought to you by Dirty Ass Soaps, making getting clean just as fun as getting dirty. Check them out at dirtyassoaps.com and use the coupon code PON10 for 10% off your next online order. Whoa. I nearly did something from like when we were still doing the previous version.
Wow.
I know.
Rip.
Whoa. Hold on, guys. What was our segue into nerd talk? Oh yeah, let's have a chat. Nerd Talk. Nerd Talk. Oh, Becky, take it away.
I just don't even know what to do with you anymore. But we're all parents here. Two of us happen to be parents of the same children, but that doesn't matter because we all see things from different perspectives. Lee sees things differently than I do. Ray sees things differently than Lee does, even though there's some commonalities there. But when it comes to gaming, which I have to say our kids are lucky enough to have parents that are gamers rather than having parents that don't understand video games and the genre that it comes from, the culture that really embodies gamers and all the different ins and outs of how things work, like skins. We're like, yeah, okay, sure. But something that has come up in the last couple weeks in our lives a little bit more. Ray's got, kids that are a little bit older or have had a little bit more experience with certain things in his community versus, our son is social pressures, the experiences surrounding gaming, the social pressures for kids, and how to deal with them, and the things that we have seen in this newest generation of gaming. Specifically, one thing that came up for us was Fortnite being the brand new game that all the kids love. So last summer, I remember hearing during baseball season, talking to other parents, that the big thing that they had experienced is trying to get the kids off of Fortnite to get out of the house because it was that popular and they were spending so much time on it, and that was the big punishment. And then Cole came home and said that he was being teased because he still enjoyed Minecraft. But Minecraft's an older game, and it was automatically just assumed that, he doesn't have access to newer systems because he's not playing on Fortnite. So I kind of wanted to talk about some of the things that as parents, what we deal with, or just social pressures in general when it comes to even for our age groups as adults or adults in certain cases, and, how that affects all of us. So, Ray, obviously, you have different experiences than Lee and I do. So I kind of want to kick this off with you. What have you noticed as far as some of the things that have come up due to how gaming has kind of evolved a little bit?
Okay, so what's actually funny is that a lot of the kids nowadays, comparatively than when we were younger, except for like maybe like we're the oddballs with PC gaming, with the experiences, is that there was that whole trend where many of the gamers, like the last couple of generations, were coming primarily from console, and then we saw that change over to like the mobile and tablet gaming, and then now it's taking a shift back to PC. And I think it might have to do with like a little bit of a resurgence of like YouTube, and the YouTubers actually using PC for their games because of the mods and the creative tools and the things that they can do there. Like with my younger gamers, Evangelina and Gabriella, they were, they still like their Minecraft, but a lot of their friends are playing Roblox, which is actually a game that I heard about a few years ago. But that's their game, the game of their time of now is Roblox and Minecraft and stuff like that. And yeah, my kids play Splatoon, and they also play Mario Kart, and they play their Smash Brothers, mainly the Nintendo stuff. Except for Evangelina, who's my Street Fighter prodigy. She's still really good with that. But kind of hearing that even though Minecraft is like the best selling game in the world, it's now kind of going the wayside for these other games like Fortnite, and now like your stuff like Roblox, and there's other games that kids are playing, for different experiences and stuff like that. But yeah, I heard the same thing from Janae, my oldest. She's 12, where a lot of her friends now, they're at that age where they're starting to play the Call of Duties, they're starting to play the Destinies and stuff like that. To where if you play Minecraft still at 12, 13, that's baby games. You know what I mean? That's what they kind of consider. They consider those the baby games. um kind of like with Cole, even though Cole's a little bit younger, because everyone plays Fortnite. Like if you don't play Fortnite now right now on the playground, like you're just not cool anymore, kind of thing. And it's weird because we've had a lot of discussions, especially in Pond recently, about Fortnite, and there's it seems like amongst the adult gamers, I guess per se, Fortnite is kind of seen as, oh, it's not that great, or it's not really a game, that kind of thing. Or it's the flip side where the adults they love Fortnite and they want to play it and they love it just as much as the kids do. So it's kind of the two sides of the coin there. But yeah, like I always say, like, hey, you know what? If you play games and you enjoy games, play and enjoy the games that you want to play. And that's what I tell my girls. It's like, hey, you know what? If you like that, then don't let anybody else tell you that you can't like that. Just play what you want to play. If you want to play Minecraft with your sisters, then hey, go play Minecraft. Just don't fight over it because I'm tired of hearing the arguments. She tamed my horse, like that's a good thing, but I wanted to do it. No, you don't need to argue over who tamed the horse first. Like, come on now.
Well, and I think that's part of the problem too, is it's like you have this one game that seems to be really hot. And even though, and this is one thing that we told him, is that just because you don't have Fortnite, I mean, he's very quiet to begin with. He's so low maintenance in comparison, it's not even funny. So even if he wants to play a game, he doesn't mention it half the time. Um, but I said to him, the difference is you have a PC. And yes, I understand Fortnite's played on a PC, but you've got a PC and you don't touch the consoles as much. Like he touches the Switch a little bit, but he still really enjoys playing, just Minecraft on the Wii. He's still on the Wii U, or he started doing it a little bit on the Switch. But it's interesting. I mean, what's your feedback on this one, Lee? Because obviously you and I are a little different when it comes to obviously our opinions on children right now, as far as the jerk wads out there, I guess.
Yeah, a little something different. Look, I understand, and Allie just made a great point actually that it is a social hangout for a lot of the kids nowadays. It's their way of interacting with each other. We all grew up at the age of the internet where it was in its infancy, where instant messaging was the biggest thing. AOL Instant Messenger, ICQ, um, MSN Live Messenger. Those were those were the days of utilizing instant messaging to its finest. You guys remember the
The
um,
message boards? Oh,
the
yeah, I
message
remember
boards, and
message boards. I feel really old while we're talking about this right now.
or
I'm just saying.
or
The
if you remember
FAQs.
how we used to do with AOL Instant Messenger, how there was always that away message that could that be about me? Is that about me? What's that message about? Just
Those aren't your initials, fool. That's what that message is about.
but it is a social hangout for the kids nowadays. And at the same time, it's a way for them to do something in the midst of hanging out through that in that manner. It's their way of playing their games. Now, whether or not the game is good or bad, whether or not we like the game or don't like the game, it's not up to us really, on how they are to enjoy it. We have had the benefit of Cole being a more advanced gamer as we've raised him, because he sees what we play, and it's not games like Fortnite, which I'm not saying Fortnite is you know a bad game. I'm not saying it's a game just for kids. I'm saying it's not for us. We never played it because it wasn't something that we found enjoyment in. We found more enjoyment in something like Diablo, or he sees the shooters that we play, and you know we play things like The Division, and he would watch us play that. He would hear us play Ghost Recon Wildlands, and he would laugh when you and I would go in a jeep and careen down a mountainside and say and scream at each other.
That's because you were driving. Just saying.
Well, I never denied that. But ultimately, I think the biggest point that we have to really take into consideration is that it's a different generation. It really is. Gaming today is so much more of a mainstream peer connection situation than it ever has been. Gaming used to be a niche. We used to have the gamers, then there were the jocks, then there were the whatever. But now it's like everybody plays video games and everybody's talking about it. Everybody is all over it. I know somebody at work. Um he is a huge Fortnite player. He loves Fortnite. And we were discussing, Cole playing it on PC, and he goes, back him up because those PC Fortnite players are hardcore. And I said, "Oh, okay, great. That means I'm going to have to install Fortnite myself and actually like play with him so he doesn't get frustrated." Got it. So it's yeah, it's just a different generation. It's a different mindset. I'm not one to change it. I'm not one to try to sway the way he thinks or the way he feels about it. He's gonna grow up and he's going to establish his own opinions, his own mindset, and if he wants to play this to experience it, then I can't stop him. We can't stop him. Now, when it comes to certain other aspects of like life in general, then yeah, we'll have to step in. But this is one of those situations where we just go, yeah, go for it. Why not?
So I think that brings us to the bigger point of just how culture has changed as a whole. Um, where we're going to run into this a lot more, the social pressures when it comes to gaming, of having the latest and greatest, which for the video game companies, I mean, they are loving this culture change where pretty much everybody has, a console, as far as, mainstream America, and they've got some form of one of their entertainment devices, whether it's a PlayStation, whether it's, an Xbox, whether it's Nintendo. Somebody's got something in their home and they're using it, whether or not it is the newest system, but people are really getting into it. And I think that's going to be interesting for also people like us, who were lucky enough to keep up on the technology. But I feel like it's one of those episodes of like the Jetsons, or God, I feel really old saying that, or like some of the sci-fi series that you've seen set in the future where people have to constantly upgrade or they're left in the dust, they're less popular or whatever. And I think it's going to be I think it's going to be an interesting culture change as far as how everything works. And especially now with the forefront of mobile gaming coming in. I mean, for all of us, we got our kids' cell phones way earlier than we ever thought we were going to, right, Ray?
Yeah, even though my kids they don't have like a full cell phone, it's still something to communicate with, you know what I mean? And like they have the little smartwatches that you can monitor, and that's what Janae, my oldest, has. But it's still, now she has the one that's like a smartwatch. It's like you can text from it and stuff like that. So, you know, it's definitely something different than what we had previously, for ourselves anyway. Because I know I think I was like 17, 18 when I got my first cell phone.
Yeah, when you
And
started driving, right? Or
yeah,
taking, whatever transportation by yourself.
yeah, I was driving at 16. So yeah, when I first started driving is when, cell phones were just becoming affordable to be able to have one personally, you know what I mean? Kind of thing. So
Yeah, it's scary because we even got Cole his cell phone. For anybody who he has contact with, they can vouch for the insanity and the status symbol that this has brought for him.
hi
Um,
Cole. I get a text from him at least once a week. Hi, and it's just
yeah,
like, hi Cole.
It's just crazy. It's like things are
when when
changing
he
so fast.
when he first got it, he would do like every single thing possible, like that was new and different. Like he would ask me what chores he needed to do, and he was asking me like where to put a specific like cup away, and he would take a picture of the cup and he would put a circle on. I'm like, the only cup in the damn picture, man. There's no other damn cups in there. Jeez. Like seriously, that was what killed me. I'm going, there's only one cup in the picture. But anyway,
Yeah. So really, I mean, not just not just console, not just PC, but the advent of mobile becoming younger and younger, and then mobile games and how those have changed, and I think it's going to be interesting.
yeah.
This is one of those situations where I feel a little bit more clueless than I normally do because usually Lee and I focus on the games we want to play and not the games that are popular with, you know, his group and all of that.
Yup.
Yeah, and they bring up the like Dom Castle in chat mentions Land Mob, and they do like lock-ins and stuff like that, which is actually a really cool place to do it because you don't have to. If it's a testament to anything, I remember having LAN parties with my friends back in high school. Um, it would be a huge production. We planned for like the whole week beforehand. Be like, okay, I'm gonna bring this monitor, this that the other, making sure you have everything, and then you get there and you forgot something. You're like, dang it. And then you'd have to either try and find a way to make it work with what you had, or somebody had something that you could borrow or whatever, or then you had to trudge back home however you got there, call your mom for a ride, or get a friend to take you or whatever, and be like, I forgot this at home, I have to go back and get it.
Of
And then
course,
Well, and think about the internet speed back then too. If anything was online,
remember back in the day, we had to lug around that big old beige and metal
oh,
box
mine was a
along with
Packard Bell.
along with that big old CRT monitor. Even though it was only 15-inch, it's like wider than anything else. And then don't forget your wired keyboard and your wired mouse and the clickety 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 keyboards that we used to have that were super super sensitive at the very slightest touch. That was your LAN party back in the day.
No, I do want to say though that gaming has come more to the forefront where you have different gaming establishments like Landmob has tournaments regularly.
Yeah.
Like I know our local GameStop who supports us with Extra Life. Every time there's a new release, if they can have a tournament, we have a tournament. By goodness, um, you know, I plan tournaments with some of the local gaming stores that we do. Like I did, we did a Smash Brothers tournament. I think it was that wasn't last year. Was it? It was last year, wasn't it? It was like early last year, I think, with
Maybe.
with
I don't
Exiled, stuff like that. When and so I it's stuff that we're trying to do, and if you guys definitely want to get involved with stuff like that, let us know. We can try and find a way to make things work, to get more of the community involved. Man, I'm pretty sure I still have my old setup in my parents' like attic somewhere. It's probably still back home somewhere, like sitting in a corner, like collecting dust.
I still got my old Micron tower with my Pentium 90 megahertz processor. 100 and nope, I'm sorry. 100. No. Oh god, I didn't even have 128 SD RAM. I had like 96 SD RAM. Like the most god awful combination ever. It was terrible. That rig was horrible.
Yeah, but gaming is at the forefront of where, like even us as parents, like there are high schools and universities that are using Assassin's Creed to help teach history.
Yeah,
There's, because they integrated those tours into like Origins and Odyssey and stuff like that. Um,
exactly.
so gaming isn't all bad, and there's educational gaming like what is it, math, something cool, math lab or something like that they use
Yep.
now. I know the schools here for the girls, Evangelina and Gabriella, they use the cool math lab or whatever, and they play math games to teach them math. They're using
yes.
gaming to teach them math, and I'm just like, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's something that Cole's talked about quite a bit too. So I mean, it's getting integrated everywhere, and it's definitely it's unique. It's unique to really think about how it's become so mainstream when we used to be the outcasts, we used to be the nerds. Um, we used to be totally uncool, but it's great to see how that culture's evolved so much. But for any of you out there that have had these types of experiences and you need some guidance and you happen to not be a gamer, reach out to us or reach out to anybody in the community, if you stumble across this, because we've got such a diverse group of gamers. You know, there's definitely a divided love hate on certain games. So you can see both sides of the coin. There is definitely a lot of support and a lot of expertise on multiple fronts. So for anyone out there that is not a gamer that wants more information on certain games, we are not experts on every single game between the three of us, but we've definitely gotten to know who is in what genre and where you could be pointed to. So with that, Lee, I'm going to throw this back to you.
Yay! I lost my. There it is. Oh God, I am so fired. I am never coming back on this show ever again. All right. Anyway, that'll do it for our discussion. Man, that felt so good to talk about stuff. It's like a therapeutic session for me. You're like, it feels like Becky's like that Dr. Lifshitz from Suits. You that bald German guy, Yeah. All right. I'm done. Anyway, if you guys have any questions or additional comments, you know what to do. Tweet us, nerd_overdrive, or you can email us, nerd@phoenixoverdrive.com, or as usual, post on our Facebook group, fb.com/groups/PO Nation. All right. Let's pay some more bills because I love this part. Let me just, get ready over here. This is Nerd Overdrive, brought to you by the Wanna Play Cafe. The Wanna Play Cafe is Utica's first and only board game cafe. That means delicious food, great coffee, refreshing drinks, and most importantly, Utica's largest selection of available to play board games. Find out more at wannaplaygamecafe.com or search for the Wanna Play Cafe on Facebook to find out their weekly specials.
And I just want to point out, I at least eat there 3 times a week, if not more.
Yeah. She got comped towards the end of 2018 for her meal because she had eaten there so damn much over the course of the year. Did I say horse of the year?
Yes, you did.
Oh, God.
This isn't the Kentucky Derby, Lee.
God, I'm done for myself.
Speaking of derailing.
Speaking of derailing, let's get aboard the hype train spoiler cast of games. Choo-choo!
Hype train spoiler cast of games.
Okay. Who's taking this? Ray, you take this.
For old time, that's usually the way it goes.
That's usually how it went.
So, hey
hasn't
guys,
been that long.
come aboard the hype train spoiler cast of games with us. Every week a lot of games tend to come out. We're in a dry week this week, it looks like. Some usually bigger titles, some smaller. But hey, what are some of the titles that may have caught your eye this past week? Anything, Becky? Anything because there's only like one game that I know of that's coming out this week.
Or are we talking about this past week? Because you said this past week.
Well, it's usually, I think that was a tech coordinator. No, because usually we talk about the game in advance. We talk about the week coming up. See, we're out of practice.
So So yeah,
Week coming up.
obviously we're working on changing our format a little bit, guys, because there's depending on the time of year, there's a lot of things that come out, and then there's times like this where we hit dry spells. um so looking at just in the last couple days, of course, from the date that we're recording this, it's February 2nd right now. Just a few days ago, Kingdom Hearts 3 released, and obviously we haven't been doing this for a while. So we're way behind on our long list of games that we usually look through. But Kingdom Hearts 3 has been something that I have seen a lot of people posting about. I'm really interested in seeing how the game is going to play because it's been such a long time since I've played any of the Kingdom Hearts games. So that's really the one that I'm looking forward to buying, but clearly at this point in time, buying a lot of games has not been on the priority list. So
yeah, so with the games and things like that, so two of the bigger games that came out recently here was the Resident Evil 2 remake and Kingdom Hearts 3. Shout out to Devin Durkee with the Kingdom Hearts coverage there because he's been streaming that like all the time. He's already beat it. He's on his next playthrough. He's trying to get the perfect secret whatever ending that Square Enix put in there. Stacy is dying to play it. We were supposed to play it today, but we didn't get a chance to. But I know people like my friend Juggy, who's been playing Resident Evil. He's been enjoying it, and we've been in party, and he's just swearing profusely, and then screaming his head off because the tyrant, or Mr. X as people call him, have been running around. And then there was the big game, Lee, that I thought you would be interested in. I can't touch it with the 10-foot pole because it'll make me sick. The Ace Combat 7. That game looks gorgeous.
It looks ridiculous. Like, I saw some clips of like the 4K gameplay on PC, and I'm going, oh.
That's what Leo's rig was built to play. That game is ridiculous.
Yeah. So I mean, if that goes on, I highly doubt it's going to go on Steam sale this year, but if that goes on sale next year, that's going to be something I dip into. I've already got like the games that are coming out this year that I'm kind of lined up for. So I don't necessarily want to just throw like a random game in there all of a sudden. My New Year's resolution for myself when it comes to gaming this year is to like actually
play games
consistently, which I've been trying to do much more of, especially when it comes to like the games that I bought, like Monster Hunter World. I played like 3 hours with Rob and Goon with that earlier this afternoon, and Anjanath was following us all over the place. Well, I didn't know what you were doing. I thought you were busy.
So, HR 120, 121 now, 122. Come on, come at me, bro.
Listen. Anjanath, man. Becky watched the entire Anjanath fight.
Furry T-Rex is scary, bro. Furry T-Rex is scary.
It was ridiculous what we were doing with it. But anyway, that's in the what have we been playing. Anyway, so yeah. Ace Combat, definitely something I'll look into a little bit later on down the road. What else? The remake for Resident Evil 2. I wanna, but it has to be in the right situation. And I think I should do that streaming because,
Lee screaming his head off when Mr. X
not necessarily me, more like swearing at like my computer when that happens. Let's see. What else came out?
Recently, Onimusha came out. Warlord's remake of the PS2 game.
Yeah.
New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe.
And let me see. There was something else too that came out not too long ago, but I can't remember. I'll have to think about it.
Walking Dead.
Yeah, so no, not Walking Dead. I can't remember it.
Was it last year?
Maybe.
I mean, next week is going to be a pretty good game week. The next few weeks actually, because there's
I was gonna say the next like 2 to 3 weeks are gonna be ridiculous when it comes to releases.
Yep.
I know not everybody's super excited for it because it's causing a lot of issues, and EA is EA, but Anthem is gonna be a release. I mean, I'm gonna play it only because I have Origin Premiere, so that's that. I mean, then there's Metro Exodus, Far Cry New Dawn. Are we really thinking Microsoft is coming out with Crackdown 3 on February 15th?
It's supposed to happen.
I don't know.
It's supposed to. That's my thing is I don't trust anything with Crackdown until I actually see it released and it's out in the wild. That's when I believe Crackdown 3 will come out.
And
I mean, I was proven wrong finally by Square Enix because we did finally see Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yeah, after how many years?
14 years, I believe it was, or
listen,
something. 13
that
to 14.
was delayed a million times that you thought it was never coming out. I mean, after like 2 delays, you're like, yep, this game is dead.
And then there is also and then when we hop right into freaking March March 8th, DMC5, March 15th, The Division 2.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that right there is going to be that's my most anticipated game of the first quarter. So,
I mean, so games that people are interested in, Anthem, of course, which I've been playing the demo of. I believe you played some too, right, Lee?
Yeah, I played it on PC.
Becky, did you get a chance to try any yet?
No, my life is kind of consumed by schoolwork right now.
I was gonna say if you had time, check it out because it's free for this weekend. For the demo, try it out, see what you think. Like I said, I believe the game has a lot of potential. Talking about what we've been playing and kind of going that way. It was just one of those things. Kind of interested in that kind of thing. It's got a lot of promise, so let's just hope that it has legs. I mean, regardless of whatever, like Lee said, the Division 2 is probably the next big game that I'll be getting after that. But we'll also see Metro Exodus is coming out February 15th, Jump Force February 15th. I know a lot of people in the group are excited for that. DMC5 is coming. And then Mortal Kombat and Days Gone kind of round out April coming up. So I'm pretty sure, not kind of calling it, but calling it now, calling my shot. Pretty sure Mortal Kombat 11 is going to be a tournament for Extra Life this year.
Yeah.
Yep.
Kind of throwing that out there.
Fairly confident, but we'll get there when we get there.
And then I guess this is just going to be kind of like a 2019 to date, I guess, is what we're looking at for this spoiler cast this time, since this is our reboot coming back. But Yoshi's Crafted World for those people coming to Switch in March, end of March. And then after that, there's really not a whole lot that we know of except for the Rage 2 is coming. Crash Team Racing, the Nitro Fueled remake of Crash Team Racing. And then Shenmue 3 is coming in at the end of August. But, between now and then we have E3. And, we have, GDC, I think, coming up shortly. So we get a few things there, like just sneaky stealth, like, hey, by the way, this is coming or this is released now. And then from there, it'll be E3.
GDC will see the release of the NVIDIA GTX 1660 Ti. Calling it right now. Yep. I said 1660, not RTX 20, whatever.
Because it's. I don't know what they're doing with their numbering system anymore. It used to somewhat have sense, but it doesn't make sense anymore.
My 1080 Ti's, my Ti's will stay with me forever.
Yeah. So I mean, and that's the games that. Yeah. Sorry, Lee. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, see, I say that now, and then all of a sudden next week, oh look, there's an RTX 2080 Ti sitting on my desk.
You're weird like that because you're just like, I'm all done. I swear I'm all done. And then pictures and posts and streams and, things later. Oh, yeah, by the way, I did some things. And then it's just like, Lee, what? And then Becky's just kind of like that face right there. And then Lee's like, just money, bro.
Yeah, and you know the best part about this is right now he's pricing out parts because I love my laptop. I love my MSI. It is starting to slowly show its age. And I'm hit between this rock and a hard place where it will work no problem for schoolwork. You know, that's really low intensity. I mean, if you look at any of the stuff for online courses, they set a pretty low bar. So I don't think I'm going to have a problem. But when it comes to gaming or like here, just as we're recording, I'm noticing my video starting to get a lot more choppy than it's been in the past. We're looking to actually price out a tower. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. So that'll probably be the next project because I usually never tell him he's done, but right now he's done. Cole's done. I just bought some upgrades for his PC, like Lee was talking about, because you know he saw shiny. The next is really going to probably be mine. So yeah,
Tell Ray what I got for my case.
which one?
The one that was a local product that I had to go to a store here or to
Oh,
a
you mean
service.
for your tempered glass? The
Yeah.
custom tempered glass?
Yeah. I got a tempered glass side panel now.
Oh boy. Oh, the baby. Just literally. Oh, the
Yup.
baby.
Yup. And a quick shout out too for a game that was developed by a couple of our friends, also known as the Robin Alley, for the proprietors of Dirty Ass Soaps. There's a free online ARG. It's recommended for 15 plus year olds. If you check out alexsdigest.dreamhosters.com, you can find out more information on there for their online ARG. So check it out. It is it's something to look into. So if you're interested in that kind of stuff, yeah, there you go. It's free. Nothing beats free, except being given money. But you know, that's just not possible.
It's just money, bro.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, so have you Becky, have you got a chance to play anything this past like maybe month, couple weeks? No. That face says no.
No, no, and it's really not at all. Well, I mean, Lee and I did sit down. We jumped back into WoW. And I think it has a correlation to do with college because the last time that I really played hardcore was the last time I was in college. And then after that we kind of slowed down a bit. But we did get a chance to jump into the World of Warcraft, and we have been playing Diablo with Cole. He's been enjoying it. We power leveled the crap out of him. So now he's up to, you know, max level and
Paragon like 70 already.
yeah.
I still need my power
it's not
leveling in
much.
in PC Diablo because on the console I got that, but
Yeah, no kidding. Console's insane, but yeah. So it's been a little bit, but primarily mobile gaming, and it's not like it's anything too special, but microtransactions. That's all I'm saying. It's I have a problem.
rip. So Lee, you've been playing some Anthem demo.
Anthem demo, Monster Hunter World, FIFA, WoW, Diablo.
Now, did you play the FIFA last year?
No,
So how is it kind of jumping into all the changes they made to
it's
FIFA this year?
different, but I mean the controls are still the same. It still it feels a little sluggish, but I think maybe that's just needing to get used to it all over again. Overall, wasn't bad, I guess.
That's always good though.
Yeah. Let's see. Like you said, like she said, Diablo 3. I finally got my Bombardier's rucksack for my Demon Hunter. So I have like 5 sentries like sitting out all the time.
Those
I
are
love
nice.
it.
The sentry
Those are
turrets
awesome.
on
I
the
love my
Demon are
turrets.
nice.
I love my sentry turrets, and I'm running like an ice hunter type of build. So I still have quite a bit more in gear that I'd like to get for my hunter, but for my Demon Hunter. I am really gravitating towards like hunter type characters more and more. My character in Monster Hunter World is using the bow and arrow. You saw that.
That's my main is the bow and
Um,
arrow, and then I use the heavy bow gun or the light bow gun, and then dual blades.
What else? What else have I know I've been playing a lot. I still play Ghost Recon Wildlands
God of War.
here and there. God of War, yes, thank you for reminding me. I love God of War. It's such a treat to play that game. Just overall, not just because I'm a huge God of War fan, but just because of what was presented to us by Santa Monica Studios. That was just fantastic overall, top to bottom. Probably game of the generation for me. And that says a lot.
Yeah, so aside, soon as for me, Super Smash Brothers, a little bit of Monster Hunter World because they have the Appreciation Fest going on right now. Red Dead Redemption, the Red Dead Online, and then Anthem Demo has been consuming my gaming time the last couple weekends that it's been around. That kind of stuff, and then a little GTA sprinkled in and stuff like that, but not a whole lot of not a whole lot of things right now, just because I picked up Injustice again, and I've been playing Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite and some Street Fighter, some Soul Calibur 6, just because every now and then I get that fighting game itch again. And then, but other than that, not too much. I'm really looking forward to Anthem coming out, and then Division following that. I feel like those are going to be my heavy time. Considering I spent like 500 hours with Monster Hunter last year, so.
Good Lord.
But I think, and that's light, compared to my Destiny addiction. But I think that's everything, Lee. So back to you, man.
Becky, did she?
Yeah.
No, I already spoke, and then I started reading through the game and everything, and I got sucked in, and I think I totally zoned out there for a while.
Wait, what? What game were you reading about? Were you reading about Anthem?
Yeah, no,
Alec, the alternate reality game.
Yeah.
The ARG. Gotcha. I was like, wait, did you get sucked in by Anthem?
So I'm just saying right now, we really just found out about this game, or reintroduced to it, and since I had the link, I clicked on it, and I just got sucked in, and that is not a genre that I've ever touched before. And I'm just saying I just got sucked in as I was just trying to go through and just see a little bit more about what it was about. So, check it out. Seriously.
Okay. Was that it? Are we done with the
Yeah, sorry.
So.
Let me just, help pump up our friends even more. Debbie Downer.
Listen, this is our first time back, all right? I'm trying to, get back into the flow of things. My bad, B.
Press the right buttons. The buttons.
All right, that'll do it for this week's...
gumdrop buttons.
Jesus. That'll do it for this week's Hype Train Spoilercast of Games. Let us know what you plan on getting, or what you've been playing, so maybe we can try it out. Hit us up on Twitter, nerd_overdrive, or email us, nerd@phoenixoverdrive.com, or as usual, post to us on our Facebook page, fb.com/groups/PO Nation. All right, before we go on, this is Nerd Overdrive, brought to you by the Phoenix Overdrive Extra Life team. Put your money where the miracles are. Check us out, facebook.com/Phoenix Overdrive, or you can check out the team page at extra-life.org/team/PHXOD19. Remember, our fundraising will go on until December 31st, 2019. So you've got quite a bit of time to get your donations in before then to make it count. How can you help? Well, start by going to our team page and donate to any of our team members. You can also join the team. Just go to our team page and click join us. It's that simple. Finally, we have our annual Extra Life National Game Day. Oh, and for those members who have signed up before, sign up again, because you kind of want to, right? Because we're so awesome. And this year, I plan on being there at game day throughout the whole day. So I will not be attending a wedding, I hope.
As far as we know.
As far as we know, yeah. Anyway, like I said, finally, we have our Extra Life National Game Day to be held on November 2nd, 2019. That is a Saturday, FYI, in case you were wondering what day of the week it is. Just stay tuned for details as we finalize our different locations and plans for this year's gaming extravaganza event. All right, now it's on to our. Hold on, let me turn off my ad music because I don't have a macro for it. GG, me. Now it's on to our Q&A segment. Let's see what our audience wrote in because no one expects the Nerdquisition.
Nerdquisition.
Okay, I swear the next time we do a show, it will be flowing so much better than this. All right, Nerdquisition time. I fail at these so hard. You don't know why? You want to know why? Take a guess. Take a guess what I forgot.
I'm already on it. I'm saving your bacon, baby.
Thank you. All right, so 3 questions, 3 minutes, 3 answers. You guys ready? Are we good? Are we good to go? Tell me when, Becky.
Read. Reading is a skill.
Okay. So we're going to start with.
And just as a forewarning, guys, we got a ton of questions, which is amazing to see that support. So obviously we have to only pick 3 questions. And we got like quadruple that. So we're going to be going through the questions. Do not get lost from week to week. So if you don't hear your question this week being asked, stay tuned in future weeks because trust me, we're going to be back.
Really? We're gonna be so back. So hardcore back. Baby got back.
Like Slim Shady.
Anyway. First question. Oh my gosh. You are right. There was a butt ton of questions.
Yeah.
Jeez. Okay, so our first question is from Adrian Nieto. I don't have my timer up. That's what I forgot to set up. So, hey Alexa, set a timer for 3 minutes. Adrian Nieto's question: why do I need a new Golden Sun more than I need to breathe? Ray, go.
Because Golden Sun is an amazing RPG game that goes back to the Game Boy Advance, based from the developers Camelot Software. Great game, very very good game. Be good to see a new rendition of that, coming to the Switch.
Okay, Becky, go.
Because you like it, and yeah, I don't have a good answer for that. It's just it's one of those things that sometimes you enjoy things and you want them.
Because Adrian, you just need those adepts. Is it called adepts or were
Yeah,
they?
they're adepts.
They're adepts, right? you just need them in your life. I mean, what is life without the adepts in it? Think about that question. Let me ask your question with this question: what are adepts in your life, and how will they affect your life? That's why you need it more than breath itself. Becky's not like face palming at me. I should just stop. Alexa, stop timer.
3 minutes timer canceled.
There, she canceled my timer. All right, next question. This is ridiculous that I'm using Alexa over our podcast.
She's listening again. You just said her name.
Yeah, because I just said her name again. So she's like, no. All right, next question is from Matthew. Matthew James. You beautiful, beautiful man. I was just on NGR on Monday. Thank you for having me. That was a wonderful, that was great to podcast with you guys. I'm so glad I don't have to do anything except sit there and talk on the mic. So
it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. All right, Matthew Keel, Boff, Mary Kill. Oh, Christ. All right, so there's like 3 specific choices for each of us. I'm going to read them off before we start the question, I guess. So from For me, Buff, Mary Kill, StarCraft, WoW, or ridiculous PC upgrades. For Ray, Magic the Gathering, Overwatch, or everything EA does. And for Becky, her choices are cursing at Lee in Rocket League, cursing at Lee in Overcooked, and only talking to Lee on podcasts. So, Alexa, set a timer for 3 minutes. Becky, go.
Crap. Okay. Let's see. Well, that's a weird boff thing, but boff, I guess, would be cursing at Lee in Overcooked. Um, Mary would be cursing at Lee in Rocket League, and Kill would be only talking to Lee on podcasts because, I kind of like talking to him on a daily basis.
Boah. Ray, go.
All right, so I would buff Overwatch, marry Magic the Gathering, and kill off everything EA does.
That was a setup.
It was. It's always a setup. Everything with Keel is a setup.
Oh,
Even the setups are setups.
Okay, so this is kind of easy for me because they got all set up pretty easily. Mary WoW, Boff ridiculous PC upgrades, and obviously StarCraft's already dead, so they're no longer going to do anything to it. So it might as well be killed. End of story.
Rip StarCraft, rip just
StarCraft.
like HOTS. HOTS is dead too. Rip.
I know HOTS is dead. StarCraft is dead. Blizzard, get out.
That was the big news. Was that whole thing with Blizzard? Yeah, Activision Blizzard.
Get out now. Alexa, stop timer. All right, so yeah, I know. Now, last one. This is actually very appropriate because of the Super Bowl tomorrow. But what our Mike Rienzi wrote in, what are your thoughts on the Ninja Fortnite Twitch getting a Super Bowl halftime commercial? Alexa, start timer for 3 minutes. And I will go. For Fortnite and for Ninja, Twitch itself, this is best marketing strategy that they could have employed. I mean, there was a concert on Fortnite today. How tremendous of an opportunity is that to deliver something that's free within an environment that is free? As a marketing gimmick, it's fantastic. You can't fight that. you can't deny that it's a marketing. There's a marketing genius behind the whole thing. And so with tomorrow, yeah, they're spending quite a bit, but guess what? How much have they made over microtransactions over the course of the past year and a half or so?
Billions.
This is going to be chump change. This is going to be absolute chump change for them to feature more of the game, and for Ninja to attach himself to it in order to increase his brand recognition, and for Twitch's brand recognition as well. This is to make esports and to make game watching, not game playing, but video game watching, a thing. So it's a great opportunity, especially during the most watched event of the whole year. So good for them. Ray.
I mean, it's really a great thing considering some of the names that are tied to this. NFL legends like Peyton Manning, my Indianapolis Colts former quarterback. Michael Strahan's in there. And they're kind of talking about, hey, he's a video game master. I don't know if I'd call him all that, but he's one of the most popular streamers on Twitch right now. Again, he's one of the foremost like popular Fortnite streamers. So this is definitely something great for video games in general, because the Super Bowl is something that an audience or a demographic that gaming doesn't normally reach. It's definitely something about changing the advertising and bringing more awareness to it. So it's definitely an interesting thing to have that kind of like, small little, I think it's like a 15-second spot, but still that 15 seconds is gold. That's golden. So
Becky.
I think that it really speaks to that culture switch, just like we were talking about earlier with how culture has changed so much. When you think about the Super Bowl, it is like this is the time where everybody sits down and watches that good old American sport of football. I mean, obviously there's baseball too, but it's football. And now it's like, hey, guess what? Gaming and the Super Bowl. They work well together to the point of they can advertise and actually get positive reactions out of it. So, whatever mode that you need to do to reach that audience or that tapped audience, I think it's wonderful.
Hug it, check it, football.
All right, Alexa, stop timer. Look at that. We still got it.
I had to say it.
All right, so great questions from Adrian, Mike, and Matt. Thank you guys again for writing in. Don't forget that every single week we're going to be doing this segment, so just keep sending them in, and we're going to throw them in there, and hopefully we'll get to them one point or another. So that will do it for this week's Nerdquisition. If you have future questions for us, as I said, you can tweet us, nerd_overdrive, or you can email us, nerd@phoenixoverdrive.com, or you can post to us on our Facebook page, fb.com/groups/PO Nation. Well, that will be game over for now. If you enjoyed the show, you know what to do. Hit like. If you don't, I can understand. I screwed it up quite a few times, so you could hit dislike for the lack of flow, if you will. But just send us some feedback, not so negative because of my deficiencies. Hashtag I am Conan. I'm with Coco. My fault. I don't know, man. I'm so tired. Anyway, send us a feedback. Twitter, nerd_overdrive, or email nerd@phoenixoverdrive.com. Give us a like on Facebook, facebook.com/phoenixoverdrive, or you can follow us on Twitter and Instagram with the handle PHX_overdrive. You can also join our community page found at fb.com/group/PO Nation, where we discuss all the latest news and share all things nerd. Subscribe to us on YouTube at youtube.com/PhoenixOverdrive. You can also find us on iTunes, Stitcher, or Google Play Music by searching for Nerd Overdrive. Please give us a rating, preferably 5 stars, as well as a written review. It will only help us grow. And be sure to catch us live each week via Facebook, Twitch on twitch.tv/PHX_overdrive, or YouTube, just add a /live to the end of the YouTube address. Thank you both to Becky and Ray for coming back on here with me and letting us go crazy with this. It's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to doing this again every single week, even if it's not with the two of you, even if it's just one of you, or even if I'm not on here and you guys got to do it by yourselves. Oh.
If only we were so lucky.
Whoa. At any rate, thank you again to both of you. For our game gurus, El Capitan Rey Osorio and the Queen of the Guild, Becky Ruben Navarro, I am your host and moderator, the Maestro of the Master Race, Lee Navarro, with a reminder to always #Rise Above. Nerd Overdrive. Out!
Later, guys.
Rise above.